and gentlemen, welcome to St. Luke's Lutheran Church and the 40th anniversary of the St. Luke's Bottle Band. Let's hear it! I'm Pastor Johnson. I'm the pastor of this austere group, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of that and watch them prepare for this amazing experience that you will have today. I'm sure some of you are brand new to this experience. Others of you have probably been here for 40 years. That's great. We are so thankful that you are with us today, and we look forward now to a wonderful show of Over the Hill, 40-year anniversary of the Bottle Band. Let's give them a big applause. Woo!
Back in 1979, we got an idea that we thought was mighty fine. We found us some bottles and we learned how to blow. And here we are today putting on another show. 40 years, all of them have been great. 40 years, time now to celebrate. We're trying hard to look like we're young, but still, some folks are saying that we're over the hill. Our hair is changing color and we're moving kind of slow. Our hearing's getting worse, but we still can blow. 40 years, time now to celebrate. 40 years, time now to celebrate.
Thank you very much. My name is Paul Phillips. I'm the founder and conductor of the St. Luke's Bottle Band, and on behalf of the entire band, I want to thank you for being here today to help us celebrate this milestone in bottle band history. I know there are several of you here today that have been to bottle band concerts before. What I'd like to find out right now, though, is how many of you here today will be experiencing the bottle band for the very first time? Could you raise your hand if you... Okay, quite a few there. That's great. We're always delighted when we can expand the musical horizons of a large percentage of our audience. So, looks like we'll be able to do that this afternoon. The first piece we're going to play for you is a march by John Philip Sousa, and I'd like to introduce our soloist for that piece now. Please first welcome our solo violinist and concertmaster, Miss Trudy Yehudi. And then a woman who really needs no introduction, but she insists on having one anyway. Please welcome our principal kazooist and vocalist, Miss Betty Sulu Fleming. In addition to performing with the Bottle Band, Betty Sulu also teaches music appreciation at the Illinois College of Podiatry here in Chicago. As I said, the first piece we're going to do for you is a march by probably America's most famous march composer, John Philip Sousa. This is a piece he wrote for an agricultural exposition in 1895. It was to celebrate farming in the South, cotton farmers. So since cotton was the king of the crops, he called his march King Cotton. So here is our bottle band arrangement of John Philip Sousa's King Cotton. Thank you. People who attend our concerts are often curious about what kind of bottles we use in the bottle band, so I'd like to take a couple of minutes to explain something about our instruments. We use two basic kinds of bottles in the bottle band. The higher notes are played on standard 12-ounce brown beer bottles, the bottles that you see in the front row there. After we empty them of their contents, we then glue them together in sets of 5 and then fill them up with different amounts of water to get the pitches that we need. The official bottle of the bottle band, by the way, is the Leinenkugels from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. We find the Leinenkugels gives us the best tone quality out of all the hundreds of brands that we have sampled. Then the lower notes are played on the 1.5-liter green sangria wine bottles in the back row there. Some people refer to these as jugs, but we like to stay away from that term if possible. Now, you might find this hard to believe, but bottles do wear out after you play them for a while, very much like the reed on a clarinet or an oboe. So we find that we do have to replace our bottles at fairly regular intervals. In fact, I would say that well over 50% of our rehearsal time is devoted to the preparation of new instruments. Now, we also have people in the band who enjoy hitting the bottle. And I mean that literally, of course. They strike the bottle with mallets. And the instrument we use for that purpose we call the bottle-o-phone. It's the instrument back there on the middle row of tables. It sounds something like a xylophone, and it looks something like a bar. So the bottle-phone will be featured in this next piece. And then the third method we have of making music on bottles is plucking the bottle. You heard Betty Sue Lou plucking a couple of bottles there in the first piece. This next piece calls for 4 pluckers, and they're getting ready here. The pluckers use green Beck's beer bottles imported from Germany. We find that the Beck's bottles have a slightly smaller opening in the top, so it makes it ideal for plucking. So that's why we have the green bottles up here. This next piece we're going to do for you is an interesting one. We're calling it our Bottle Band Medley. It begins with one of the very first pieces we ever played in 1979, Home on the Range. Now, when we started playing, we were just blowing on the bottles, no bottle-o-phone, no plucking. So that will be played on just the people blowing on the bottles with Trudy Hootie and Betty Sue Lou Fleming on the kazoo. Then the second part of the medley will be featuring the bottle-o-phone in one of the first pieces that they ever played. This is an excerpt from The Skater's Waltz. Then the third part of the medley will feature the Pluckers. This is the very lovely tune Edelweiss from The Sound of Music. And finally, the last part of the medley will be everybody together, Pluckers, bottle-o-phone, and the Blowers, in a rousing arrangement of the Can-Can by Jacques Ibert. So here is our Bottle Band Medley. Thank you very much. When we first started back in 1979, it was a very modest operation. By the way, I did not invent the idea of playing music on bottles. I saw another group from a church performing here at St. Luke's, actually. Just eight guys sitting at a table, no costumes, blowing on bottles, and I thought that was so amusing, I wanted to start a group here at our church. So I gathered some friends together and learned how to write some basic chords. Our first pieces were very simple. They only used 3 or 4 chords at the most. When we began, we actually started blowing on pop bottles instead of beer bottles. So it was very simple. And over the years, we've expanded, of course, tremendously, but we still have 3 people in our bottle band today who were part of that original group that played 40 years ago. So we want to recognize them now. We have a special gift for them. You know, when you work for a company for 40 years, they usually give you something, a wristwatch or a pen and pencil set. So we have for our 40-year people this lovely 40-ounce bottle of Budweiser. That's 1 ounce for every year. And the 3 people that are in the group now, hold your applause till they're all standing. Gail Pearson, second bottle. Debbie Roman, playing 4th bottle. And Kyle Cartwright. And I happen to know there are 2 people in the audience who were part of that initial group, too. I know that because it's my sister and brother-in-law. Jan and Scott Thompson. Could you stand up, please? And of course, I was there too. I was the founder, so I'll be getting one of those 40-ounce bottles as well. I think I'll be turning it into an instrument right after the show, as a matter of fact. Well, our next piece is a very exciting one. It's entitled Gallop. That's G-A-L-O-P. A gallop was an 18th century lively dance, and that term is stuck for composers who write pieces for orchestras. This piece was written by Dmitri Shostakovich, the great Russian composer. It was actually from a ballet, I think, and it's very exciting, very energetic. And we're going to feature one of our percussion players in this piece, Mr. Ben Heim, who's right over here. Percussion players have to be very talented because they play more than one instrument. If you're in an orchestra, play the violin, that's all you do. But percussion players... I didn't mean that quite the way it sounded, but percussion players have to play a bass drum, a snare drum, cymbals, triangles, xylophone, and a whole range of other instruments. So what we're going to do is feature Ben playing a few percussion instruments in this piece. And it's the, as I said, the Gallop by Dmitri Shostakovich. Oh, thank you. I think Ben's the only one in our group that could do that piece. He's the youngest member of our group, so. Well, we're very excited to announce to you tonight, this afternoon, that the Bottle Band will be playing at Ravinia this year. The date is December 27th. So you might want to bring some extra blankets if you sit out on the lawn. We also want you to know that several members of the Bottle Band do teach privately in their homes. If you'd like to start taking lessons on the bottle or starting one of your children out on the bottle, start them out playing the bottle, I should say. I know a lot of parents are reluctant to spend a great deal of money on a new trumpet or violin, but for the cost of a six-pack, you can get your child started in music. We have a Suzuki Bottle Band here at the church for the very small ones. They play in those little airline liquor bottles you get. You know. Quite adorable to watch. And then we believe that no child is too young to not be exposed to bottle band music. So even in our nursery here at the church, we have these sets of five bottles for the little ones just to get used to holding a set in their hand. And we have a very special treat for you today because in our audience this afternoon is one member of our Suzuki Bottle Band. Come on out here, Douglas. There he is. Give him a hand. Can you make a sound? All right. He's very excited. Douglas's parents are both in the bottle band, so he's off to a real good start, you know. Well, thank you. People keep asking me these days, how long can this go on? Meaning, of course, how long can the bottle band keep performing? 1 more year, 2 more years, 5, 10. What we're hoping to do is play for another 24 years, actually. That would make it up to 64 years of the bottle band. And you may know that there's a song that Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote for the Beatles years ago called When I'm 64. They were young men at the time. They were imagining what it would be like to be 64 years old, which to us now seems quite young, actually. But at any rate, we're going to do that song for you now, but we've changed the title of it slightly. We're calling it Now That We're 64. And what we're going to ask you to do is imagine that you're here this afternoon, not for the 40th anniversary, but for the 64th anniversary. It's now 2043. And we've all gotten a lot older, but so have you. So, are you ready, Betty Sulu?
What?
Are you ready?
What?
Oh, forget it. Okay, so here's our bottle band arrangement of Now That We're 64.
When we first started our bottle band many years ago, we had no idea what we had begun. We just played because it was fun. We're still around, but now we are much older than before. Yes, we kept going, and we're still blowing. Now we're 64. Some of us now need to have a little more support when we walk out on the stage. But we are taking pills and supplements, and we still have a lot of fun making instruments. We know our show has slowed down a bit. Now we're 64. Intermission has become a longer gap so that we can all take a nap. Pieces we play now certainly take longer than before. We hope you come hear us and you still cheer us now that we're 64.
Glad we made it through that one. Well, we want you all to know that the bottle band is available to play for weddings. The advantage to hiring us is that we will take care of all your musical needs for the day. You won't need to hire a separate organist and a soloist for the ceremony, and then a band or a DJ for the reception. We'll do everything in one package deal. For the wedding processional, for example, a lot of couples these days are choosing a piece called Trumpet Voluntary. We have an arrangement of that we call, of course, Bottle Voluntary. And then for the reception, we have a whole host of pieces we can play, things such as YMCA, the Hokey Pokey, the Chicken Dance, and of course, Hava Nagila. So I'm just curious if there's anybody in the audience today who's planning to get married soon. Do we have anybody out there? It's right here? When is the date?
July 3rd, 2020.
July 3rd, 2020. Great. Are we available? Yes. I think we're free. Well, we're not free. We require an open bar, and then we can take all the bottles we can handle out of there. So, have you made arrangements for music yet? No. Well, talk to me after the show, okay? Sure, it'd be a very unique ceremony. So, well, moving on to the next piece we're going to play for you. It's a charming little tune I discovered on YouTube a few months ago called "If I Had a Talking Picture." Whoops. Are you okay there? Okay. The title of the song is "If I Had a Talking Picture of You." It was written in 1929, and it was written right after sound motion pictures became available. Up to that point in the mid-20s, of course, all films were silent films. They had an organist or a pianist in the theater to play, to accompany the film, but you couldn't hear what the actors were actually saying. So in the mid-20s, filmmakers developed the technology of having a soundtrack that could be synchronized with the film, and they became known as talking pictures, or talkies. So what this composer did was write a song that imagined somebody looking at a picture, a photograph, and wishing that it was actually able to talk back, that it was a talking picture. So we're going to do this first verse of the song exactly the way it was written in 1929. The composer imagined a young actress sitting at her dressing room after a performance, looking at a photograph of her boyfriend and wishing that she had a talking picture of him instead of the photograph. Then after we do that, we're going to update the song a little bit. We're going to jump ahead 90 years to 2019. And we're going to do a contemporary version of this same song with a slightly different way of making a talking picture. So we take you now to the Chicago Theater, backstage after a performance, our young actress, and here is If I Had a Talking Picture of You.
I talk to your photograph each day. You should hear the lovely things I say. But I know how happy I would be if your photograph could talk to me. If I had a talking picture of you, I would run it every time I felt blue. I would sit there in the gloom of my lonely little room and applaud each time you whisper, I love you, on the screen the moment you came in view. We would talk the whole thing over, we two. I would give 10 shows a day and a midnight matinee if I had a talking picture of you.
I walk by her dressing room each day, but I never know just what to say. But I have a smartphone now, and so I am sending her a video. Of me. I'm a guy who works here, as you can see, but I am
I composed this song especially for you. It will cheer you up when you're feeling blue. Anytime and any place, you can see my smiling face. Hope you like this talking picture of me.
Smartphones are so marvelous.
They brought us together, plus
We can take a talking picture of us.
Wish you were here.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, if you asked most Bottle Band members what is the highlight of this 40-year career that we've had, I think most of them would say that our first appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman in 1996 would be right up there at the top. We're going to show you a clip of that performance now. Before we do that, though, I have to kind of set it up for you. We got on The Letterman Show because we did a show in Chicago called Wild Chicago. Some of you may remember that show. And the producer for that show sent a tape to a producer he knew at The Letterman Show. And they were interested in our group primarily because at that time my mother, Doris Phillips, was in the band, and they thought it was pretty cool that an 80-year-old woman was blowing on beer bottles in a band. So they wanted to have us come out, and the plan was for David Letterman to interview my mother before we played. Well, my mother didn't even know who David Letterman was. And I was a little nervous about what she might say, but we practiced. And what happened was, though, when we got out there, those shows are always a little indeterminate in length, and this show was running long. So when we got out on stage, the stage manager said, "Sorry, but no time for the interview, just play." So that's what we did. We just played. There was no time for them even to rewrite the introduction to the Bottle Band that Letterman would give us. So you'll hear him say on the video, "Please welcome the St. Luke's Bottle Band and its co-founder, Doris Phillips." Well, for one thing, there was no interview, so you don't know who Doris Phillips is. And then I had told the writers that our first rehearsal was around my mother's dining room table. So from that bit of information, they made her the co-founder. My name was never mentioned at all. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and this was 2 days before Christmas, December 23rd, 1996. So we'll show you a clip, and Letterman talked about us before we came out to play, so it's kind of amusing to hear what he had to say. So we take you back to December 23rd, 1996.
From New York, no more eggnog for me, Grandma. It's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, John Travolta. From ER, Juliana Margulies. And the St. Luke's Bottle Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, on the program tonight, star of the soon-to-be-released blockbuster motion picture, John Travolta is making an appearance. Juliana Margulies from ER, and all the way from a town in Illinois as a very special holiday treat we have for you tonight. I'll be honest, I've never witnessed a performance of a bottle band anywhere, but tonight, right here on the stage of the Ed Sullivan Theater, all the way from Illinois, land of Lincoln, we have for your holiday enjoyment the St. Luke's Bottle Band. John Travolta is on the program, Juliana Margulies, but the real reason to stay tuned tonight, all the way from Illinois, we have the St. Luke's Bottle Band. Do you have any idea what a bottle band is, Paul?
I do have an idea.
What is it, Paul?
I think they probably play glass bottles.
In what manner? In what fashion?
Pitch,
yes.
Maybe by blowing on them or
right.
hitting on them.
Blowing and hitting.
And I'm willing to bet.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not all.
Yes.
Yes, they blow on the bottles.
Yeah.
Yes, they strike the bottles.
Yes.
Is that all? No. That's not all. There's another manner in which they produce music with the bottles. The St. Luke's Bottle Band. Over like 4,000 bottles, I'm told.
What is the other man?
What, how many? 120. 120 bottles. 120 bottles. Right here performing as a special. And this wasn't in TV Guide, by the way. We're doing this because we love you. This is an extra holiday treat. The St. Luke's Bottle Band, all the way from a town in Illinois, the name of which we don't know at this point. Okie dokie. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're like me, it's just not the holiday season until you've heard a stirring Christmas medley performed by a bottle band. Well, tonight is the night. Do me a favor, please welcome the St. Luke's Bottle Band and its co-founder, Doris Phillips.
Thank you. Thank you. They taped The Late Show in New York at 5:30 Eastern Time. So when we were done with that taping, we got on a bus. They took us to the airport. We flew back to Chicago and actually got home that night in time to watch ourselves on TV. Kind of a fun experience. Well, our next piece is a lovely one. It's a song entitled When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. A lovely, good old-fashioned Irish song, and I thought it would be fun, since this is a special concert, to actually have some Irishmen participate in this show. So I went down to several bars on the South Side, and I talked to various people and was able to recruit seven men to come here this afternoon to be part of the show. So please welcome them now. Hold your applause till they're all on stage, please. First we have Mr. O'Brien. And then we have Mr. O'Connor, Mr. O'Donohue, Father O'Flaherty, Mr. O'Reilly, Mr. O'Shea, and last but not least, Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama is not actually Irish, but he has a kind of Irish-sounding name, so I thought it was okay if he participated in this song. So those are going to be our soloists for this piece, but there's also a vocalist. Please welcome her now, Miss Betty Sue Lou O'Fleming. As I said, the title of this piece is When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. The Irish guys are going to be plucking on this piece. They've got their little bottles back there on the middle row. Betty Sue Lou will be singing on the first and the third verses, and our Irishman will be plucking the second verse. So here is When Irish Eyes Are Smiling.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away. When Irish guys are plucking, it's a lovely sound to hear. It will fill your heart with laughter, just like they are filled with beer. Their songs make people happy, and that's why they love to play. Yes, when Irish guys are plucking,
We will steal your heart away.
Thank you very much. It's important for us to know kind of the makeup of our audience for these concerts. So if you don't mind, I'm going to conduct a little survey here at this point. Just raise your hand as I ask these questions and answer them as best you can. I've already asked how many of you are here for the first time at a Bottle Band concert today. How many of you are here this afternoon attending your second Bottle Band concert? One over here, a couple over there, okay. How many of you here this afternoon have attended 3 or more Bottle Band concerts? Oh, good. Quite a few there. All right. How many of you are here this afternoon because a friend invited you to come along? Some here. All right. How many of you are here this afternoon because a friend forced you to come along? One over there. Anybody else? Well, you thank your friend who forced you to come here tonight. How many of you drove at least 10 miles to get here this afternoon? Quite a few, okay. How many of you drove at least 25 miles to get here this afternoon? Okay. Is there anybody here today from out of state? Somebody there? Where are you from? Tucson, Arizona. Wow, that's amazing. Anybody else? No Wisconsin people? Oh, we got some Wisconsin people. Oh, over there. Where are you from? Williams Bay, Wisconsin. Okay, terrific. I can't quite see in the back. Anybody else? Where are you from? Louisiana. Wow. Did you come here just to hear us? Yes. Outstanding, outstanding. That's great. Now, these last three questions are a little more personal, so do the best you can. How many of you here today consider yourselves to be musically inclined? A few, okay. How many of you consider yourselves to be musically advanced? Sing in a choir, play an instrument? Not too many, okay. How many of you consider yourselves to be musically challenged? Yes, I know about them. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your helping us with that survey. The Bottle Band is interested in furthering the career of young musicians, and so this year we decided to start a scholarship competition to award some money to people who are interested in becoming musicians, not just people that play the bottles, but people that play instruments or singers. And our soloist for this next piece is this year's winner of our competition. She is a vocalist. She hopes one day to become an opera singer. Please welcome now Hilda Schmuckendorfer. Hilda primarily specializes in Wagnerian opera. But the piece she's going to sing for you today was written by, I can't think who it was written by. Victor Herbert, I'm sorry. Blanked out a minute. Victor Herbert, who wrote a lot of light operas, and this is a piece from one of those operettas. The original title was Art is Calling for Me. We've changed the title to Fame is Calling for Me, and we've also written some new lyrics which kind of describe Hilda's situation as she has ambitions to become an opera star. So here is Fame is Calling for Me.
The time is finally here to further my career. I know there will be stiff competition, but I will not fail. I am sure to prevail. I've got lots of spunk and ambition. Soon I will be able to sing famous roles like Carmen or maybe Aida. And someday I'll sing operas from Wagner's Ring. I know I'd be great as Brunhilde. With my breastplate and spear, I will soon make it clear that the sound of my voice can make an audience cheer. I want to be a prima donna, donna, donna. I want to be an opera star. I've got chutzpah after all, and my ego is not small, so I'm confident that I will go quite far. I want to sing duets with Placido Domingo. Oh, what a fine pair we would be. I will not be denied till I am satisfied. Fame is calling for me. I am determined to be successful. Some of my rivals might have to pay, 'cause I have a weapon which I will use if anyone dares to get in my way. That's because I want to be a prima donna, donna, donna. I want fortune, I want fame. I
Thank you, thank you. Well, we'll be taking an intermission after our next piece. And when we do that, we invite you to go out the doors here, back down to the atrium where you first came in. There will be some refreshments for you down there, something to drink and something to eat. There's no charge for the refreshments, but we will have some baskets down there for donations. And all the money that we take in from the refreshments today will go toward helping the high school youth on their trip this summer. And I'm going to have a few of them come up here now and tell you about this trip. We have Cole here. Thank you for being here, and a couple other guys. So Cole's going to take the mic and tell you where this trip is going to be.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good night. So the youth of St. Luke's will be taking a trip in late July to several locations in Atlanta, Georgia, and Montgomery, Selma, and Birmingham, Alabama, and ending in Memphis, Tennessee, to learn about the civil rights movement. We will mature and grow in our understanding and hope to be inspired to reach our dreams and also connect with our faith as we learn of these important historical events. We will visit locations such as the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, the National Memorial for Peace and Justice, the Selma Interpretive Center, and the Lorraine Motel. And we would appreciate any help you guys could give for this very important experience. So we thank you.
Thank you, Cole. And then we also have something else going on at intermission. Here we have, you can see, hold this up, a very large bottle filled with candy. We're going to be having a contest. The candy bottle will be downstairs on a table, and we'd like you to pick a piece of paper up and write down how many pieces of candy you think are in the bottle, put your name on it, and at the second half of the program, we will announce the 3 winners of this contest. We have 3 very fantastic prizes for you. So please take a chance and make your guess. Thank you guys for being here. Let's have another hand for our high school kids. I'm wondering how many of you are familiar with the musical $1 Million Quartet. Have you either seen it or heard about it? A few people here? Okay. Well, the $1 Million Quartet is about 4 rock and roll singers who got together in 1956. It was the only time they all were in the same recording studio together. The 4 were Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and of course Elvis Presley was the 4th one. That was the only time they got together. They made this classic recording. It was an instant hit all around the world. And then in 2007, someone created a musical version of this $1 Million Quartet. They were so famous, they became known as the $1 Million Quartet. Well, we're going to present to you now our bottle band quartet, which is not valued at $1 million. We're calling our quartet the $19.99 quartet, which is the average price of a case of Leinenkugels here in Chicago currently. This quartet got together a couple of years ago. There was a convention in Chicago called the Beer Lovers of the World. And they attended this convention, and that's how they got together. And I'd like to introduce them to you now. First of all, please welcome from Hamburg, Germany, a woman who likes to blow on Beck's beer bottles. Please welcome Heidi Hoffman. Then from Dublin, Ireland, a woman who favors Guinness Stout bottles. Please welcome Molly Malone. We have a Budweiser drinker in the quartet. She is from St. Louis, Missouri. Mary Lou Carter. She's riding a Budweiser Clydesdale, although it sort of looks like a Budweiser camel. And finally, from New Glarus, Wisconsin, where Spotted Cow beer is brewed, Bessie McDonald. So these 4 ladies were all at this beer lovers convention. The convention, of course, has the usual activities, lectures, seminars, and parties, banquets after the stuff in the afternoon. But they got together in the evening in their hotel room, and they were having a couple of drinks. And they made the discovery that they could create music by blowing on their bottles. So once they made that discovery, they started playing more pieces, and ironically, there was in the same hotel a convention of wine lovers of the world, and somebody from that convention was walking down the hall. Now, the beer lovers had never heard of such a thing as Blue Nun wine, so they were very surprised when into their room came the Blue Nun. Now, at first, the beer lovers were quite intimidated by the presence of the Blue Nun, but then things loosened up a bit. So they created a bond, they started playing more things together, and then, about 4 o'clock in the morning, this happened.
Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now, everybody blow. But don't you step on my Blue Nun shoe. Well, you can do anything but stay off of my Blue Nun shoe. You can knock me down, step on my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you wanna do, but honey, lay off of my shoes. Don't you step on my Blue Nun shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my Blue Nun shoes. My robe, drink my wine, take anything that you think is mine. Do anything that you wanna do, but honey, lay off of my shoes. Don't you step on my Blue Nun shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my Blue Nun shoes. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now, everybody blow. Don't you step on my Blue Nun shoes. Oh, you can do anything but lay off of my Blue Nun shoes. 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 Well, you can do anything but stay off of my Blue Nun shoes. You can do anything that you wanna do, but don't step on her Blue Nun shoes. Stay off my Blue Nun shoes.
Thank you. Have a good intermission. See you in 15 minutes or so. Okay, welcome back, everybody, to the second half of our show. If I could have the lights off in the back, that's good. Thank you, thank you. Whoop, there we go. Thank you. Well, I hope you had a good intermission. We have several people in the bottle band who play other instruments besides the bottles. You heard the trumpet player and the guitar player in the end of the first half. Probably the most unusual instrument, though, that anybody else plays is the bagpipes. Oh, yeah. So we're going to feature our bottle band bagpipe player in this next piece. I hear her coming now. Please welcome Emily MacArthur, our bottle band bagpipe player. Thank you. Thank you. Well, as you can see, Emily's wearing the traditional Scottish kilt, but she's also wearing cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. That's because the title of the next piece is our cowboy medley that we're going to be doing for you. The bagpipes were not a particularly popular instrument with the American cowboys. For one thing, they're kind of big and bulky. It's a little difficult to carry them on a horse. It's much easier to have a little harmonica that you can slip in and out of your shirt pocket. The other reason, though, is that when you play the bagpipes around a herd of cattle, two things tend to happen. One is that the cows tend to become frightened and start running away, and the bulls become very interested in the bagpipes player. So for that reason, you don't really associate cowboy music with the bagpipes. But there's no reason that you can't play cowboy songs on the bagpipes, so that's what we're going to do for you now. And in addition to the bagpipes, we're going to be featuring in this next piece our bottle band percussion ensemble. So please welcome them now, our bottle band percussionists. And obviously, the bagpipes tend to dominate any group of instruments that they're playing with, so there's no way we could have the bottles playing on this piece. In fact, the only instrument that I know of that could stand up to a bagpipes is the kazoo of Betty Sue Lou Fleming. So Betty Sue will be on the kazoo, Emily on the bagpipes, and our percussion ensemble. The title of this piece is Cowboy Medley for Bagpipes and Kazoo. And perhaps a better title would be Cowboy Medley for Bagpipes versus Kazoo. So here's our Cowboy Medley. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're all right over here. It's kind of an intense moment when the bagpipes are playing very close to you. Well, the Bottle Band does have a website, and we are having a book sale this month on books pertaining to the Bottle Band. So if you're interested in learning more about how we do things, check out the website. I did bring 3 books with me today to show you an example of what we have available. If you're interested in learning about how we compose the music, tune the bottles, things like that, we have a book entitled The Idiot's Guide to the Bottle Band, which explains a lot of those things. If you're interested in something more inspirational, though, we have a book entitled Chicken Soup for the Plucker's Soul, up there. And then if you're interested in music history, we have a book that's quite fascinating. It was written by a musicologist who has done some work recently on the life of Ludwig van Beethoven, the great composer. She has uncovered some letters and diaries that were previously not known about, and it's her contention that Beethoven actually had a bottle band that he wrote some music for. These were kind of experimental pieces. He would invite some friends over on weekends and they'd try things out. He kept it very quiet. But she's documented all this in her new book entitled Beethoven's Other Fifth. So it's a fascinating book if you'd like to check that out. And we have other books available too. So look at our website when you get a chance. Our next piece is going to feature a group we've had here before. They've been here 2 or 3 times, actually, and we thought it would be appropriate to have them back for our special 40th anniversary show. They are all from Sweden. There's our lovely quartet. Please welcome now the 4 Swedish Nightingales. Give them a hand so they can... This is what's known as the living Swedish flag. And these 4 charming ladies are going to be singing a Swedish folk song for you tonight, this afternoon, Hälsa dem där hemma. And it's probably a good bet that not too many of you understand Swedish, which they're going to be singing the song in Swedish. So we're going to provide an English translation on the first chorus, so you have some idea what the song is about. So here is our bottle band arrangement featuring the 4 Swedish Nightingales, Hälsa dem där hemma.
Efter lång och sträv
Thank you, thank you. I'm part Swedish, so that always brings a tear to my eye. For a number of reasons, actually. I won't go into that, though, right now. It was about 20 years ago that I decided that I wanted to start the St. Luke's Bottle Band School of Music. And so I did that right here at our church. At the beginning, it was a very small operation, just a few faculty members, a few students. We used all the rooms here at the church that were available, and that worked out fine for a while. But over the past 20 years or so, the enrollment has grown substantially. We have many more faculty members, so we need more space. And we decided in the next year or so, we're going to be undertaking a very ambitious building project to add an addition on to our church here to see if we can get more space. So what you're seeing here is an architectural drawing of our church as it is today. You see the sanctuary on the left side there, and then the offices, and the gym is on the second floor where you are now. What we've done is consult the architectural firm of Lohan & Lohan, who is the same company that helped design the renovation of Soldier Field a few years ago. And so they've come up with this marvelously interesting 18-story addition, which we will be putting on top of the building as it is today. We think this combines the benefits of modern architecture with the integrity of the building as it is now. So this has not been approved yet by the Park Ridge Zoning Commission. You may be asked to sign a petition in the next few weeks. So we hope you support it, because I think it will be encountering some opposition. So anyway, that's our plan for the School of Music. It's going well, and we hope we can find the space to continue our work with that. A couple years ago, somebody, after coming to a concert, said to me, "You know, the bottle band often sounds like a music box." And so I thought, well, maybe we should write a piece that actually emphasizes the fact that it's a music box. So do we have our... Oh, we don't have our pluckers out here yet. So, okay. Oh, here they come. While we're waiting, I'll just tell you a quick story. We've had a lot of interesting experiences in the bottle band over the past years. We were playing one time at the Park Ridge Country Club. We were having an anniversary show for a friend of ours, and about 30 seconds from the end of one of the pieces, there was a power failure and all the lights went out. So here we are playing this piece. It's totally dark, and amazingly, the bottle band knew the piece so well, they finished the piece playing in total darkness. And the lights came on at the end of the piece. So we called that our lights out performance. Are we ready here? Okay, the pluckers are all set. This again is a piece of music that features just the bottles, no kazoo or violin, just the pluckers, the blowers, and the bottleophone. And it's our music box rendition of Brahms' Lullaby. Brahms' Lullaby is often a piece that's played on music boxes. So here is our bottle band music box arrangement of Brahms' Lullaby. Thank you. You may have already heard this news, but I want to make sure you're aware that President Trump has declared the month of June to be Bottle Band Awareness Month. So what we're going to be doing is going out in small groups to schools and libraries and liquor stores and showing people what can be done to make music on bottles. And in conjunction with that, the United States Post Office is going to be offering a commemorative stamp honoring the Bottle Band. So I have a little picture of it here. It's got a picture of Betty Sulu Fleming on it in kind of a Statue of Liberty pose. Picture of Beethoven, and the Latin motto of the Bottle Band, E Musicus Voidum, which in English means music out of empties. So if you're in the post office in June, you might want to ask for the Bottle Band commemorative stamp. While we're getting ready for our next piece, I did want to tell you one other funny story about a Bottle Band performance. One time we played on a boat. Some of you might know the Columbia Yacht Club has a rather large, it's actually a ship, sitting in Lake Michigan there along near Navy Pier. And we were hired to play for a party of some sort. And the big challenge was to get our bottles from our vehicles onto the boat. Well, the crew of the ship decided to help us out. But they were not used to moving delicate objects like glass bottles. And so they were kind of slinging the cartons around. And when we opened them up on stage, we found that 2 of our bottle sets had come apart and broken, actually. So we didn't have, 2 people did not have instruments. So 10 of us went down to the bar. True story. We each ordered a beer. And within 10 minutes, we had 2 more sets ready to go. Didn't have any glue, so we had to duct tape them together, but just shows you how dedicated Bottle Band members are to do whatever needs to be done to take care of things. So our next piece is a very special one. We thought, let's do something really spectacular for our 40th anniversary concert. So we've done a lot of classical pieces. We've done some Tchaikovsky pieces and Mozart. This is a piece written by a French composer, Georges Bizet, who's best known for writing the opera Carmen. This is a piece he wrote for a suite, and it's the final movement of the suite called the Farandole. And I've already mentioned that we have people in the Bottle Band who play other instruments, so we're going to feature 2 more of them now for you. First, we have Ann Krentz-Organ, our director of music here at the church. She's going to be playing flute. And we have Christine Phillips playing the oboe. Christine is not here yet. But, you know, oboe players have a lot to do to get ready, so there she comes. So this piece will feature those 3 people and also the bottlephone and also our percussion section. It's by far the most challenging piece we're doing in this program. So if we're all set to go, are we ready? Okay, we hope you appreciate our Bottle Band arrangement of the Farandole by Georges Bizet. Ooh, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, do we have any baseball fans in the audience today? Baseball's going full swing now. How about Cub fans? We'll start with Cub fans. All right. White Sox fans? A few. I hesitate to say this, but Cardinal fans? No, okay. Milwaukee Brewer fans? A couple? Yeah, okay. All right, that's as far as I'm willing to go. Well, I happen to be a Cubs fan and a baseball fan, and I also enjoy the music of Johann Sebastian Bach. And so I've written a piece that combines my love of baseball and Bach. Bach wrote a piece called Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring, and the piece I wrote is called Baseball, Joy of Fans Desiring. So it combines those two things. I'm going to be playing the trombone on this piece, and Trudy Hoodie will be playing the violin. So here is Baseball, Joy of Fans Desiring. Thank you very much. I think the Cubs are playing tonight, right? Playing the Cardinals at 6:05. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Big game. Well, this is our 40th anniversary, so I thought it was time to really go all out for this particular performance. Do we have our soloists ready here? I think they're ready. Okay. I still can't believe they're actually here. We've gone to we've spared no expense to get these two soloists here. They lead very busy lives. I can't believe they agreed to be here, but they're here. Please welcome now our two solos for this next piece, President Donald J. Trump and the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. It's pretty shocking to see them here, isn't it? after they agreed to come here, the next challenge was to find a song that they were both willing to sing. So we had some disagreements about that. Finally, we came to an agreement that they would be singing the song that Frank Sinatra made popular many years ago, entitled My Way, which somehow seemed very appropriate for the two of them. They're not going to be singing the same lyrics, though, that Frank sang. We've written some new lyrics which describe the process we went through of having them both here singing a song together. So here is our bottle band arrangement featuring the President and the Speaker of the House, My Way.
I am so very glad I have this chance to sing with Nancy. And so I'll try my best, but this duet will not be fancy. They asked me to suggest a song I like, so I said okay. I thought that meant that I could do it my way.
But I was horrified when I found out what he requested. I had to override the song he chose that I detested. There were some people who told me that I should meet him halfway. But I said, no, I'd rather do it my way. And so we had one of our spats. For days we talked like dogs and cats. He called me names, he likes to shout.
She fumed within, I tweeted out.
We both were sure we could endure
and do it my way. I tried so hard to make it seem like I was presidential.
But hey, you also tried to make me look inconsequential.
And then, quite suddenly, we both agreed that it would be wise to find a way that we could compromise.
And so we set aside our hate, decided to negotiate.
It took a lot of bargaining to find a song we both would sing. We persevered, now we can say we did it our way. Yes, we did it our way.
Oh, it's nice to fantasize once in a while, isn't it? Well, it's time now to find out how you did on the guessing game that we had at intermission. So we're going to bring up our winners here. I'm going to announce them when I call your name. If you'd come forward, please. There were 1,134 pieces of candy in the bottle, and the third place winner with a guess of 1,250, which is only 116 away, is Martha Sifo. Is that it? Sifo? Did I get it right? Martha? Come on up, Martha. And our second place winner, with a guess of 1,028, which is only 106 away. It just says Faye on it. Faye, do we have a Faye here? Faye? Back there? Come on up, Faye. And our first place winner, with a guess of 1,221, only 87 away, Cami Bedroni, oh, she's excited. Come on up, Cami. Come on up, all three of you. Come over here. Let's see. Number 3, third place. You go on that end, and then Faye, were you number 2? Are you Faye? You're number 2. Stand there. And Cami, you were the grand prize winner. Congratulations. Stand up here. All together, all three of you? Great. Thank you. Let's hear it for our winners. So, for our third place winner, we have this lovely bottle of Trader Joe's pink lemonade. That goes to number 3. Number 2 gets a bottle of Mrs. Butterworth's syrup. So you can enjoy that. And our grand prize winner, our first place winner, receives a gift card for $10 at Starbucks, okay? So you're welcome. But that's not all. That's not all, as David Letterman said. Back in 1964 here at St. Luke's, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of our founding. And so we had a commemorative plate commissioned, and we still have several hundred of them left. So every opportunity we have to give one away, we do. You get a plate to commemorate this evening. So thank you. Let's hear it for our 3 winners again. Congratulations. That's always very exciting. Yeah, I'll try not to, yes. Well, are we all set? Okay. About 12 years ago, I think it was, we took a world tour with the Bottle Band. It was kind of a hectic tour, actually. 19 countries in 8 days, and there wasn't a lot of time for sightseeing, but we did manage to pick up a few bottles in the various countries that we visited. So I wrote a song when we came back, and we're going to do that for you now. It's a polka. We're calling it the Around the World Polka. It'll feature 12 members of the Bottle Band representing 12 countries that we visited. So here is our Around the World Polka.
But to drink the finest wine, you must come to Italy.
Want to try a hearty stout? Come to Ireland this year.
When you're in Wisconsin, though, have a line in Dougal's beer.
Bottles here, bottles there, you can get them anywhere. North or south, east or west, find the ones that you like best. Brown or green, big or small, when you travel, try them all. Every place that you go, look for bottles you can blow. Come to Scotland, you can drink lots of very tasty Scotch. like best. Brown or green, big or small. When you travel, try them all. Every place that you go, look for bottles you can blow.
Visa Russia, have a drink. We make vodka nice and strong.
Come to Mexico instead, drink tequila all night long. How about the Moosehead, hey, when you visit Canada?
No, you almost come to Greece. We've got Ouzo. Wouldn't it be great if folks from every land could find a way to play in one big bottle band?
Bottles here, bottles there, you can get them anywhere. North or south, east or west, find the ones that you like best. Brown or green, big or small, when you travel, try them all. Every place that you go, look for bottles you can blow.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, we're almost to the end of our program today. We have one more piece for you. Before we conclude, though, I do want to mention that since this is the final performance in our run, we had 4 shows this weekend and last weekend. We won't be needing the candy bottle for any more performances. So as you leave the church, as you go out, we have emptied the candy bottle downstairs on a table, and you can take as much as you want with you as you go. Okay? Better you than us is my motto. So we want to thank you for being here today. You've been a marvelous audience. We don't have any shows planned in the immediate future, but we will notify people when we do, and hopefully we'll see you again. We thought since we began with John Philip Sousa, we would end with John Philip Sousa and do what is undoubtedly his most famous composition, The Stars and Stripes Forever. Now you know that when this piece is performed on the 4th of July, they often use fireworks to accompany the piece, so we thought we would do something similar to that. Many years ago, when we first performed the 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky, which, as you may know, requires cannons to be fired off at the end of the piece. So we're going to pull out our cannons for this particular piece. Our cannoneer, Dick Hayden, is here, and he's unveiling the... These little cannons are made out of 2-liter 7-Up bottles. They're mounted in little carriages, and they work by compressed air. So at the appropriate moments, Dick will fire off the cannons. Yeah, he likes to take aim, but really, they're pointed up high enough, and they come down very gently. And in fact, if you happen to catch a cork, we ask that you return it to us after the performance so we can use it again in the future. Corks are more expensive than you might think. So we're also going to pull out all the stops and use 4 of the instrumentalists we've been featuring throughout the program. We have our flute player and piccolo player and organ, Trudy Yehudi on the violin, Chris Phillips on the oboe, and Jim Cross on the trumpet. So if you're all set to go here, here's our grand finale celebrating our 40th anniversary. Thank you again for being here. The Stars and Stripes Forever. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Please sit down so we can do the encore. We're having a cast party. We want to get out of here as soon as we can. Thank you. You're a wonderful audience. Just so you know, we were recording this concert, so that was great to have such a lively audience for that occasion. Well, we have a traditional encore that we use for most of our performances, and we'd like to do that for you now. It's a very simple tune. It expresses our feelings quite succinctly. The title of it is Thanks for Coming. So thank you again. Thank you for being here. We hope to see you again. Here's our encore.
Thanks for coming to see our show.
Time to tell ya we gotta go.
Grab your hat and head for the door. 'Cause when this song is over, there ain't any more.
We're so glad you came, we hope you had fun. But now it's time to go home, 'cause we're all done.
So this will be our final song.